So first of all, I'm just going to kind of start with announcements before I start talking about Instagram. I did not make slides. I really don't need slides for this call as I started looking over my notes. But I do have notes. So I'll be looking down at my piece of paper and make sure I kind of go over everything. All right, so the 21-Day Fix and 21-Day Fix Extreme Special ends July 1st. I know sometimes we see them overlap. On this one, in the FAQs, it does say it actually ends July 1st. It'll be taken down July 1st. So you want to make sure that you're informing everybody that the specials are going to be over. So with that being said, I don't like to do follow-ups on the weekend. So today, I went crazy doing my follow-ups. I even followed up with people that totally ignored me that was supposed to join my last group. And I said, hey, I know the last time obviously didn't work out too well for you, but I did want to follow up and let you know that I want you to get this sale price. It does end at this time. And she's actually purchasing it when she gets paid on Thursday. I mean, at least that's what she said. You guys know how that goes. So I think it's important to follow up with everybody that is interested in doing 21-Day Fix or 21-Day Fix Extreme. I think it's important to follow up with all your current existing challengers that are doing 21-Day Fix and let them know about this promotion, because a lot of them are going to want to move on to 21-Day Fix Extreme eventually, and it's nice to get that sell price. So it's kind of a win-win for everybody. Okay. So, I suggest if you haven't listened to last week's calls, we did talk about follow-up tips and how to do follow-ups. And I also had posted a couple scripts of what some of the other coaches had used. So I do suggest, reviewing those. And then also on the team page today, what I have done is I went back and had a coach ask me, hey, I really want to post about the sale. So I went back through some other coaches' posts where they have posted about the sale. I actually did a post the other day. I was really kind of vague, but I did post that there was a promotion this month because I do want people to know that there is a special deal. And then other coaches have been a little less vague where they've actually posted basically saying if you end up getting Shakeology, you can have the 21-Day Fix for $10. So I did post an example of that on the team page today. So if you are wanting to post about the sell, then you'll see that there. And I also added into that album section where it says challenge group callouts. I added some new challenge group callouts that I had came across that I thought were really good. And one of them is actually a incentive callout, which Chris has done it before. He couldn't find his post. Darn it. Actually, I asked a lot of coaches today to try and find their posts where they've done it before. I talked to Rachel Lindell. She actually had done a live video a couple of months ago, and she was sitting at Success Club 0 and hit Success Club 8 that day when she did this live video offering the Fixate Cookbook as a incentive. Okay, so I know a lot of you are pushing to kind of hit your goals. Some of you are pushing for Success Starters where you earn that free summit ticket. Some of you are going to Summit and you want to go to some of the parties, and some of you just want to make sure that you maintain that Success Club goal of helping 3 people a month. So offering an incentive like the Fixate Cookbook is a really nice post to do. And so if you go to the album section on our team page and go towards the very end, it's one of the albums that's at the very end. It says challenge group callouts. Actually, I commented on it today, so it regenerated on our team page in the feed. And you can see those last few posts. And one of them is about using the Fixate Cookbook as an incentive. And then the other one's about how do you post about the promotion for this month. Okay. Okay, so anybody who's doing a challenge group with me next, I posted my calendar, kind of like the team calendar on the cover page, which is where you guys will always find. I know some of the other leaders on the team like to follow how I do my challenge groups, so it took me a while to try and figure this out with the baby coming and Summit coming along, and so I have finally set all the dates for that and when the new coach training group starts, when phase 2 starts, and when our next webinar is. So, and don't forget. I have a personal event page where I have invited just my people, and I've been doing live videos in that event page. I've done about 2 a day since yesterday. So I did 2 yesterday, 2 today. I'll do 1 tomorrow, and just giving little tidbits about what we're going to talk about on the webinar. So make sure that you are following up with those people and that they have the link to the Zoom call. They know they have to get this Zoom.us to be able to access the call. So I posted all of that on the team page today. So really, guys, I've posted a lot on the team page today that should answer a lot of questions as far as like the webinar goes and what type of information you should be sending people who are interested in listening in. Now remember, if they say, oh, I can't make that time, there's a recording. So we can send them the recording. So I will record tomorrow's, but I tell you guys, seriously, I usually end up sending people the one I did in January, because somehow I got that one down to 45 minutes. And I always strive to hit 45 minutes, and I always end up doing an hour or over an hour, and I get so mad at myself. So I end up usually sending that recording because it's the shortest, and it's the webinar that I feel like I did the best on. So I do have that loaded to the album section where it says Coach Webinar. And I usually send that to people. My information hasn't changed any. I say the exact same thing. The only thing I tell people that's changed is I'm now a full-time coach. Where in January I wasn't. I was working 2 days a week as a hygienist. Okay. And anyone doing the 21-day challenge with me, it's not just 21-day fix. It's not just 21-day fix extreme. It's any fitness program that follows portion control. That's Hammer and Chisel, that's 22-minute hardcore, that's Insanity Max 30, that's all of them, right? 21-day fix, 21-day fix extreme. Oh, size. They all follow the portion control. So our focus in that group is more the nutrition aspect of it. So that's how I do my challenge groups. So any of the new coaches that are joining in with me. Okay. I think that's it. Let's talk about Instagram. So I have some coaches, especially here recently, that are really dominant on Instagram. And I have some coaches that actually are just starting a Facebook account, but they really know Instagram. And so I want to make sure that we kind of cover everything whenever we're doing coach training. And I don't want people to feel like if they really get Instagram, or they like Instagram better than Facebook, that they can't build a business there, because you can. I'm dominant on Facebook, and yes, if you are on Instagram, you still have to be on Facebook because we have our team page. We have things like our webinars. You can't do groups on Instagram, but you can still build followers and you can still build relationships on Instagram. So I want to talk about that a little bit tonight. Now, don't think when I started to listen to people talk about Instagram, I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot do one more social media platform. I'm already struggling trying to figure out Facebook. So I didn't mess with Instagram. Like, Instagram is where I would use filters for my photos, and I wouldn't even really post a caption. I would just use the filter and then post it on Facebook. So now I'm getting to the point where I feel like I've mastered Facebook, and I get it, and I want to start playing with Instagram a little bit more. So now I'm starting to generate more organic posts on there where I'm actually posting good captions. I'm posting coach call-outs. I'm posting about training. I'm posting more about the family, and really telling my story now on Instagram, where before it was just like I used it for their fillers, and that was it, or their filters. So don't feel that if you're still struggling with Facebook and you have no idea about Instagram, I would not even try to figure out Instagram. I would use Facebook, figure Facebook out first, and then once you kind of feel like you've mastered that, or you feel like you're not really getting anywhere on Facebook and you want to try out Instagram. I had another coach reach out to me and say they wanted to try out Instagram. Then yes, start to learn a little bit more about Instagram. So I say when you're a new coach, you really need to pick one or the other. Don't try to do them both, or you have no structure. And you're going to stress yourself out. So on Instagram, what I kind of took this from is I listened to a couple calls Shailene Johnson, who is the instructor of PIO and Turbo Fire, is actually a social media guru. So if you guys have podcasts, she has Build Your Tribe, which is really good for people in multi-level marketing or really any entrepreneur. And she gives you a lot of information about social media. And then she also has the Shailene Show. And the Shailene Show is pretty much about anything. She does a lot about health and nutrition. So both of those are really great podcasts. If you're looking for something else to listen to on podcasts besides National Wake Up Call, I do suggest Tribe or the Shailene Show. Okay. And then I went back and listened to the National Wake Up Call that was actually from February 15th called Leveraging the Power of Instagram from Jen Richardson. So she actually built her business as a coach on Instagram. And so I'm going to go through basically what she had said. She felt like Facebook had, she didn't really have anybody on her Facebook contacts that she could grow from. And she really knew, she really liked Instagram and the platform and felt like she wanted to really grow her business there. So I do suggest everybody going to podcasts, listening to that call, but that's mainly where a lot of my notes came from. But I think it's really good to go back and re-listen to her. So it's February 15th. Jen Richardson, Leveraging the Power of Instagram. Okay, so the things that she talked about that we already talk about in coach training is posting daily, showing up every day, and posting 3 to 5 times a day, just like we say to do on Facebook. And she said, you know, you want to be consistent and you want to be you. So when she first started doing this, she was posting things that she felt like other people would want to see her business. So it was nothing but generic quotes, things that she got like stock images, and things that were only about fitness. And it was not anything of her sharing her lifestyle and what she liked and things that interested her. So she wasn't really growing any kind of relationships or connections with people because nobody could get to know her. So Instagram, you know, I have somebody say, well, I want to just do a fitness page. Well, that's great, but as coaches, we're not fitness professionals. We're not personal trainers. We are encouragers, motivators, people that share our journey, share our life, and how it's changed us. So you can't do that as a coach on Instagram and not openly be sharing, you know, more about what your interests are and a little bit about your lifestyle and how it's changing your family. So the same thing that we say to do on Facebook, you have to do on Instagram. You can't just make it this business fitness account, because as a coach, it's not going to be successful. Now, if you were a personal trainer or you were a fitness expert, then maybe that's the thing that you should be doing, but that's not what we are. Okay. So she just talked about showing up every day, being consistent, and how people would reach out to her because of her consistency. And that I could definitely relate to that. I show up every single day. So we're actually in a group right now called No Excuses, for coaches that are really trying to revamp and get back on the wagon. And, you know, one of the questions said, if this was your job, would you be fired? And I can 100% say I would not be fired, because I show up every single day. And that is just kind of my self-motivation and my self-discipline. So it's the same thing with Instagram, is you really want to try and make sure you're showing up every day. And that's what Jen said, is that she showed up every day. She did her post. And she tried to really kind of share more about her. So with that, I think you guys kind of already know some of that just from our coach training. It's no different on Instagram. So I just want to make that clear. Using hashtags. So both of them talked about, Shailene Johnson and Jen Richardson both talked about using hashtags. And the thing that Jen pointed out is, like, when she would do a picture, she would hashtag everything she could think of. So if she had on Lululemon shorts, she would hashtag Lululemon. If she had talked about buying something for Target, she would hashtag Target. If she had on a Nike shirt, she'd hashtag Nike. If it was a healthy family post, she would hashtag Fit Mom, Family Fitness, Healthy Living. So anything that you can think of to hashtag. Now, what I learned from Shailene Johnson is that you don't always want to hashtag the popular things, because you're going to get lost. If you're always hashtagging, hashtag motivation. hashtag no excuses, then you're not going to be found very easily, because that is a hashtag where maybe 1 million people hashtagged no excuses today. So you want to be have more hashtags that aren't like really prevalent out there. Another thing that Shailene Johnson made a really good point about is that you don't want to hashtag 21 day fix, hashtag Beachbody, hashtag Insanity Max 30, because what you're doing is, say somebody likes your post and they click on your hashtags. Well, then you're opening up your competitors, all these other coaches, and say they click hashtag 21 day fix, and they think, oh, what's this 21 day fix? I'm going to click her hashtag. And then they see another really amazing coach that posted this really cool video, or they offered some kind of incentive if you join their group. Well, there, you just lost that person. So you don't actually want to be hashtagging any of your products. And another thing is, if you're going to hashtag, like hashtag Shakeology, well, you're not attracting really anybody new from that hashtag, because those are what other coaches are hashtagging. So you're not going to find anybody from hashtag Shakeology. If I was to search and thought, I want to find new followers, I'm going to search hashtag Shakeology. What am I going to find? A big bunch of coaches, or a big bunch of people who already have coaches.
So just get really creative with your hashtags.
Yeah. So, that was really interesting to me, because I was hashtagging Insanity Max 30, or I think hashtag max out. I hashtag max out a lot. That probably wouldn't be as bad, but she's just saying, like, don't lead the people who are following you to your other competitors by doing that. So Instagram's huge thing is hashtags, and you can actually go to a page, have a page called their Explore page, and it's this little what do you call that?
Little, like, magnifying
glass. It's a little magnifying glass at the bottom. And what an Explore page is, it's what Instagram thinks that you would like to see. So say you follow a bunch of fitness people, and what you're going to end up seeing on that Explore page is a lot of other fitness people. So what Shailene Johnson said is that what you want to do is you really want to try and find your lifers. So if you say hashtag, I've been hashtagging RDH, or hashtag fit mom, and trying to find, because that relates to me. And so looking through those people's profiles and seeing, do I feel like I could relate to them? And what Shailene Johnson said is to go on and like a couple of those photos, those people that you feel like could be your lifer, who you can relate to. And when you like their photos, then the next thing you know, in that Explore page, people just like them are going to show up on your Explore page. So you're basically allowing Instagram to find the people that are your lifers, as she likes to call it, or the people who is in your niche market. So she kind of explained that she was looking at tattoo artists because her husband was wanting to get a tattoo. So she was going through and looking at different tattoos, and she was hitting like on it. And anytime she's seen one she liked, she would hit like. Well, then she goes to her Explore page, and all she's seen was tattoo artists. So it just kind of shows you that what you're hitting like on is what Instagram is saying, oh, okay, this is what this person likes to see. So if you're trying to find that niche market, what your niche market is, kind of like your avatar, the person that's just like you, then that's how you would go about doing it. And you can also search on the Explore page, you can search hashtags. So like for me, there's one that I used to always search. It was called dental hygiene problems or something like that. And it was always funny posts that hygienists would post about dental hygiene. And so I ended up searching that hashtag and came across a lot of people that were RDHs just like me. And I would see some of them posting about fitness or going to the gym. And so I followed those people. Now, here's what usually happens, and this is what Jen Richardson said that she was doing, is she wasn't feeling super comfortable sending anywhere from 20 to 50 friend requests a day on Facebook. And, of course, we never say to send that many. We say, usually do 3 to 5. Facebook requests. But on Instagram, what you can do is you can actually go, and she felt very comfortable sending 20 to 50 follow requests a day. And so just by clicking following, it doesn't mean that they follow you back, but it does show them in their notifications that you are following them. And typically what happens from there is they check out your site, and then they may decide to follow you back. Now, how she kind of kept track of this, and where I actually messed up, I'm trying to fix my Instagram account right now, but I went through and just followed like a crap ton of people. And I'm like, maybe some of them will follow me back. Well, I got to the point where I was following over 4,000 people, and I only have like 13,000 followers, I think. Or not 13,000, I wish. 1,300. And so now I'm following like a ton of people, and it's really hard for me to build a relationship or connect with people from the newsfeed because I'm following way more people than are actually following me. So there is a very cool app called Followers, and it's free. It's Followers with Instagram. And this app, you're able to really be able to track the people that you're following and the people who follow you back. So she was a lot more structured and organized with this. She said at first she was using pen and paper, but then she decided to use something called Google Sheets, because Google Sheets is an app that you can pull it up anywhere. Or you can use on your computer Excel, and you can do a spreadsheet. But everybody that she would follow, she would write their name down. And usually she would also use that Followers app and wait that 48 hours and see who did not follow her back. And whoever did not follow her back, she went back and unfollowed. Whoever did follow her back, actually maybe this is what she did. Whoever did follow her back, she added to her Google spreadsheet. Now let me rewind that. Now I remember what she said. Sorry. She added all those 20 people that she would add a day to the Google spreadsheet, and if they didn't follow her back, she put a red line through them, so that way she knew that she tried to connect with that person and they didn't connect back. That was kind of her system. So I think when it comes to that, you really got to create your own system. Personally, what I would probably do is I would only add the people who actually followed me back. But it's however. So she would follow 20 people. She would use that really cool app called Followers. She would wait to see if those 20 people followed her back. The ones who followed her back, she did document them. And the ones who did not follow her back, she unfollowed them. So you're not cluttering up your Instagram feed, which is what I have done. I've totally cluttered mine. I've been trying to delete people, but I have 3,000 people I'm following and only 1,300 that are following me. So I'm trying to clean that up. But after they followed her for the next 2 weeks, now she has them documented on that Google Sheet, and for the next 2 weeks, she would go through and look at their accounts, or make sure that she would comment on their pictures, something that she could relate with, give them a like, try and interact with them for that 2 weeks, and then after 2 weeks, she would usually send them an invite message, because now on Instagram you can actually send a message. And she would send them an invite message to either a free group, to learn about coaching. If she felt like they were sharing their journey already on Instagram, she would invite them to learn more about coaching, or she would invite them to an actual challenge group where you do the Shakeology and the fitness programs. So she was very structured in how she was going about it, but she said she felt very comfortable just sending somebody a follow request and doing it at a bulk amount of people compared to sending people a friend request on Facebook. So that was where her comfort level was with that. Now, typically what I have been doing, as I've noticed people started following me, is I will click on that person and send them a message and just say, hey, thank you for following me. I use this account to really share a lot about clean eating and just health and fitness and a little bit about my family. Are you on a health and fitness journey too? So I've been doing that myself a lot. And I've been getting a lot of interaction just through Messenger on Instagram. Now, what I typically like to do, because I mainly build my business on Facebook, is I like to ask them, hey, do you have a Facebook account? I would love for you to follow me on there. And so I've converted a couple people from Instagram to Facebook. And I'm actually able to use my computer because I hate pecking on my phone. I can use my computer and message them and talk to them through Facebook Messenger instead of trying to message them on Instagram. Okay, so another thing Jen Richardson had mentioned is she does create a call to action once a week on her Instagram post. So where us as coaches on Facebook, we're more doing a call out post once a month, and then we're kind of breadcrumbing throughout the month. She actually does a call to action post once a month, and it'll either be about a free group, about coach training, or about her paid challenges. And guys, I think it's important. What attracted me to coaching after watching Brooke for 6 months was when she said she was going to do a coach training. And I was like, okay, I want to learn how to do this. This is my opportunity. So I think it's really, really important for you guys to be posting about our training groups, because people, they don't know that they're going to be taught how to be a coach. And unfortunately, I've had a lot of coaches reach out to me wanting to switch to our team because they're not offered any training. And I feel really bad for them. It really stinks. But once you're signed up as a coach, you have to cancel your account, wait 6 months to sign up with another team. So I've ran into that a lot here lately, where people are signing up with teams and they're not being coached. They're just being left to figure it out on their own. And that's what a lot of people are scared of, is that they're going to be left to figure it out on their own. So one thing that we should be posting about is that we, as a team, offer coach training and mentorship. Okay, that's really important because that's what got me. That's what I felt like I needed. And so that's what I try to talk about when I do a coach post. But so she does this once a week, and she always posts a call to action at the end, which is basically saying, please reach out to me, comment below if you want to learn more about coaching or want to be a part of my free group. And then she said at the end, she started in her caption giving her email, because she's noticed that people are really hesitant to openly say that they want to do a free group or they're interested in something. And so, on Facebook, it's simple to just say, well, message me. But not everybody on Instagram knows how to use that messenger thing because it's pretty new, right?
It's up at the top right on the app if you're looking at it. Yeah. The little inbox.
And so she does always give her email address at the very end. Okay. And for people who have no idea how to use Instagram, like literally, I just opened up an account and just started playing with it. But there is YouTube videos out there, which I can post on the team page, called How to Use Instagram for Beginners. Did it show you how to use Messenger?
I can't remember. It's on like an 8-minute video. It's pretty basic, but I can't recall if it shows that or not.
The Messenger part on Instagram, we open your Instagram up, and we'll describe where it's at, because it's kind of hard to find. So you have to be, they can't really see it. You have to be on your home page, or you have to actually be clicked on that person's profile. And on the upper right-hand corner, there's 3 little dots, and then it says send message. And that's how you can send somebody a message. Okay, so that's usually what I do when somebody follows me. I go ahead and message them right away. But like I said, Jen Richardson said she connects. She tries to connect with them those 2 weeks, and then she invites them to a group. So I still think it's okay to go ahead and send them a message, try to connect it with them for the next couple of weeks, and then invite them to a group. Okay. And then another point that Shailene Johnson made was she talked about videos. So you may think that videos don't get a lot of likes, but Shailene Johnson made a really good point. In order for you to watch a video and actually click like, you have to click it 4 different times. And she said, most people aren't going to click it 4 different times. They're going to watch it. It's going to get viewed, and you're going to get a lot of, interaction, not really interaction, but you're going to get followers from that video. So don't think that you're wasting your time with video. She said video is kind of where it's at. So you have to be, and the videos on Instagram are 15 seconds. It's all you get. So a big difference on Facebook where you're.
No, you get a minute now. On Instagram now you get a minute. We did minute videos.
Well, it only gave me 15 seconds, so I don't know how to do a minute video. It only gave me 15 seconds when I posted my last couple. So we'll have to figure that out. See, we're still learning too. And then on Instagram, you want to keep your messages really short. My messages are super short. When I ask people, when I say thank you for following me, they're super short. They're like 2 sentences. And recycle your post, guys. So here's what I do. Whatever you all are seeing on Facebook, typically my Facebook followers are not the same as on Instagram. So when it says, do you want to convert all your Facebook friends? I didn't. So if people from Facebook want to follow me on Instagram, they friend me. Otherwise, I'm trying to build outside of my network on Instagram. I'm trying to reach. And that was Jen Richardson's big thing, is that she was trying to build outside of her network and didn't want to have close friends and family, which she only had on Facebook. She really wanted to build outside that network, and that's how she was using Instagram. So I have not converted any of my Facebook people over to Instagram. They've just requested to follow me. I think I had maybe a few people before I started coaching that were on Instagram, but I use the same exact post. I recycle them. So if I posted something on Facebook, very easy. Copy, save the photo, paste it to Instagram.
But you don't want to have it set up automatically to do that. You know what I mean?
How do you set it up automatically?
Well, like my Instagram is set up, there's a button that will automatically default. When I post to Instagram, it'll post to my Facebook. You don't want to do that, because then it
yeah, you don't want to do that.
It puts less precedence, and importance on it in the Facebook news feed. So you don't want to recycle that way.
Yeah. Usually I do my post first on Facebook and then take it to Instagram.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
But, I've even went so far where I've done a filter on Instagram, deleted the photo, taken it and put it on Facebook, and then wrote up the thing on my computer, and then copy and pasted it and put it on Instagram.
Yeah, I do that. Yeah.
So
sometimes, yeah. That's
because I don't want to use my computer to write out something that's a little bit longer as a caption.
You don't want to use your phone, I mean.
Yes, I don't want to use my phone. Yes, you do not want to share from Instagram, because what happens is you're using a third party. Facebook downgrades it in the news feed, and Instagram actually takes your post and makes it friends only. So you have to manually go in and change it to public.
Yes.
And I see that a lot with coaches that are posting from Instagram to Facebook, and they want it to be public, but it's friends only, and they forget to change it. So just a tidbit information. Okay, really quick, because I know we don't have much time. I'm going to share my screen, and I want to talk about the bio. So let's see, where's my play button? So you can create a fun little bio, and this shows you mine and Brooks, and I actually just changed mine the other day. I may change it again, and you can see I kind of mimicked Brooks a little bit, because obviously we're both hygienists, we're both expecting, we are both coaches, so we're very similar. So this little bio area, it took me forever to figure out, oh my gosh, how are they like creating these, like hitting return and making it go to the next line? You actually have to type it up on your notes on your phone, and then hit copy paste and paste it into your bio. It took me forever to figure that out, and I finally Googled it. Why is, how do you create spaces? Because every time I was hitting next to make it go to the next line, it was taking me to completing it. So that's how I did that. But they say, it's good to use emojis. Instagram's very visual. It's only pictures. So using your emojis. I actually have mine linked to ownmytone.com. Brooke has hers linked to her like page. As I show you, other coaches have it linked to other things. So for you coaches, I would probably link it to your Facebook page, or for some of you who have like pages, or you can even put your email down there. So, this is what ours look like. And this is Melanie Mitro. She's the top coach for the last 2 years. She's a big blogger. She's on Snapchat. So you can see her information, entrepreneur at heart. And your goal is to write something very short and sweet about you. Okay. So she says, follow me on Snapchat, fitness and clean eating blogger. She is a big blogger. That's how she actually built her business. So her email address is there, and a link to a WooFoo form to apply for a challenge group. Okay, so if you have a challenge group coming up, you can even change that. You can change this website link as many times as you want. So if you have a challenge group coming up and you want people to fill out a WUFU form to apply for it, you can even have that. Amy Silverman. So again, you want to tell your story, waitress to freedom, Caribbean living, doing life differently. Contact her. There's her email, Good Vibes Only, and then her Snapchat name, and then linking her website to Facebook. Okay. And then Lindsay Matway, another top coach in the company. She talks about passionate about helping others reach their greatest potential, faith, fitness, fashion, freedom. So again, talking about what her interests are, giving her Facebook link, giving her email link, giving her website link. So again, I'll actually probably go and change mine because I like how many places you can connect with her. You could email her, you could find her on Facebook, you could go to her website. So that's pretty cool. And then Trey, who is one of the top male coaches, fitness dude. I prefer people who use cuss words, tattoos plus bourbon plus the, what does it say, effing guy? That effing guy. Click to access. So then he has, I don't know what that is, a website down there. Mm-hmm. But, that just kind of shows you what you can do with your bio. So, for example, my bio, RDH by trade, full-time health and fitness coach, passion for nutrition and teaching others, mommy expecting number 2. So again, I may change that, just kind of playing with it. But the bio is really important. This is what people see as soon as they go to your page. They see that you're following them. They want to see, who is this person? Then they see exactly what you're about. So if I'm attracting a lot of RDHs, they're going to be like, oh, okay, she's a registered dental hygienist, and she's in the health and fitness. Oh, she's a mom too, expecting. And oh, look, she's doing workout videos and she's pregnant. I might want to follow her because I'm a hygienist, I'm interested in being healthy, and I'm pregnant too, or I'm thinking about getting pregnant. So that bio automatically gives people an ideal of, okay, do I want to follow this person? Will I relate to them? So bios are really important. Do you guys have any questions? I think we have 2 minutes left. Instagram, like I was telling Chris, there is no magic to it. It's not like giving you this call is going to tell you exactly how to build your business on Instagram. It's just like Facebook. It does take consistency. It does take work. It does take you putting in the effort to, get followers. And so the tips that I've given you is what I got from Jen Richardson's call and from the guru, Shailene Johnson. And from there, you really just have to work with it. Again, if you're still trying to figure out Facebook, don't try to figure out Instagram. For me, I only did one thing. I only did Facebook for 2 years of coaching. I am just now working with Instagram. So you really want to decide, where do I want to grow my business at? And if you want to grow your business at Instagram because you know it better, that's fine. But you will have to know a little bit of Facebook too, because that's where our groups are. However, say if you have somebody who is only on Instagram, not on Facebook, we have the Challenger app. So that's what I did with one of my new coaches who only had Instagram. Now she's on Facebook, but we used the Challenger app. It was just me and her. And she knew that I had not used it before. I said, you're going to be my guinea pig. We're going to use this. She wasn't ready to get a Facebook account yet. So you do still have that. If you do meet people on Instagram, you can use the Challenger app to do your challenge groups. So if you haven't used that yet, I do suggest getting on there, logging on. I did a team call about the Challenger app, so that is posted on the admin section under team calls. But it's very easy and user-friendly. Okay.